Hi, I'm Cameron at Cut and Grain Soho, getting my hair cut by Sam.
Right, so we're doing
filming.
I know. We're doing a 1.5. We're going to go not like crazy high, but I still want it to be quite tight around the top because he wants to keep the corner in here. So I'm going to cut the top first, so then we can see where this wants to sit eventually, and then the clippers can go straight up into it. And then the back we're just going to taper out really short, and then the sideburn probably blend it into the stubble. Sound good, Cameron?
Sounds great.
How much did you want off the top as well, mate?
Not too much.
Just to tidy up, really, yeah? So it's mainly the back and sides, yeah?
Yeah.
I want to create more weight, so that's why I'm coming over. If I wanted to reduce the weight, I'd comb under, so then it's like tighter to the head.
Okay, that's a good thing. I never heard that one before.
Oh, there you go. If you want to, what's it called, retain weight, you comb over. So like that, and then like that to take away weight. And then you can also create, you see that shape of it coming like flicking forward. It's just a bit more movement as well with it. But with this I want to keep it fairly structured and straight. If you want to create more weight along this bit here, but you have to make sure you push that bit forward, especially like with a crop. I like to pull my sections going like this, more, what do you even call that, horizontal? Oh my gosh, I've lost.
Yeah.
Like those sort of sections, and then if you want to reduce the thickness, because you've got to think where that corner is going to end. So you're going to have a corner up here rather than down there. So there's more weight through there. So from the back, I'm gonna do that because I don't want the back edges to poke out too much. So you can see already that shape's gonna sort of pull round. Because I'm going quite short with the bottom bit as well, that will tell me how tight I can go to the head, so I can pull this really close to it. But as long as the tension's even all the way through, that's when the haircut will be all even. Because if you put it really tight here, it's going to be shorter there. You can also see when I'm doing this, because I'm combing under as well, I'm taking away, I'm bringing it out slightly because that's going to go straight back in. But then when I let go of that, that's going to be the longest point, and then it's going to go shorter into here. Sorry, smack your camera then. Now usually, if you want to be proper precise with it, usually take your profile down the middle. I might have done that on a video before as well. But because it's short hair, it doesn't really matter too much. I suppose it does matter, but you won't be able to get as good a grip on it.
You're just giving him a centre part.
Give him a centre part, yeah.
Yeah, that's the look I want.
Look at that guy from Charlie's Angels.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean then?
Yeah. So then you've got your centre part. Which way do you wear it? Is it this way? To the left or
honestly,
to the right?
It depends on the day.
It depends on the day. So mainly like cut it so it can go forward in both ways, yeah? So I'll comb it over to this way, just because I'm used to it.
If you think it sits better one way, feel free to cut it that way.
Lovely. And usually if it's shorter as well, I'll cut coming from the front back, but if it's longer, I'll usually take my sections back here. Usually because then the length falls forward, so you don't have so much in your hands. But obviously when it's shorter, you don't really, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm just cutting this all square, because then when it dries, it doesn't shrink up on these corners. You have more length to play. And because I've already done that on here, that's pretty much the haircut from here is more or less done. And as soon as I go in with the clippers, it will just come off straight away and blend. So it's working faster as well. About the right length on there, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah? Cool. Right then. Now I'm going to dry them off. So now you can see as I'm blow drying it, you see this shape is already in there now. Yeah? down. So now I'm just going to cross check like the back sections to make sure it's all even, all different ways.
When it's dry.
Yeah, when it's dry. Usually do it because there's not going to be much hair coming off. If it was longer hair, then I'd do it when it's dry. Well, wet, sorry. And because his hair's not like crazy thick on top, I still want to add some texture through there. So rather than come in and like take weight out by chopping into it like that, I want to just like slice through it instead.
Right.
So when you come it forward, then you can also see like where I've gone through like and channeled it. So as soon as you run your hands through there, you'll see all like the broken up pieces of hair and the texture, yeah? Same with this way. But you don't want to get carried away with this. And you've got to make sure your scissors are nice and sharp, otherwise it will kill. So now, when you do the top first, the best thing about doing the clippers after is that it goes like right into it. So this is all short, this has already been cut. So you can see where I want the clippers to go up to. I want it to be around there, so it's a nice square shape all around. Like you just have like a box in your head all the way around the haircut. If I was to dip it when the hair's this short at the back, if I was to dip that all the way around here, it'd then become like more rounded and there'd be too much, not too much, it's just like personal preference really, but I find if you take it tight around here, it just looks so much better. If it was longer, then you don't have to. Because he wants a 1.5, I'll go for about 1.5. I'm going to start off with 3 first, just to get that shape in there. And then this bit here, you can see, as soon as you come up into it, it just blends straight away, yeah? So this is a 1.5 guard, and then I just open it and maybe close it around the bottom edge. Because I'm flicking most of my work, I don't really have to think too much about the 2 guards, unless like, at the end I want to like refine it. Because the way I got taught before is to make sure you do it all in order. Do like if you're doing a 3, then you do a 4, a 3.5, then a 3. I just found it just bullshit because then you don't think about the technique as much. So then I wouldn't say I need to go in with a 2 now because that looks blended to me. With the bottom bit here, would you be happy to blend it all the way out, mate, on the sidebone, yeah? So, I'm not going to go like foils, but I'll do a 0 probably around like this sort of area here because it's got a gap anyway. And that's what everyone said in a video before, is that I took a massive space of someone's beard, like way too far down. The reason why I did that is because he has the same thing here, but his beard, he has a gap between his hair and his beard like that big. Yeah. So that's why I fade it so low, so then it looks like it's blended.
I've got a shit beard.
No, not even that. Like, you could grow a beard, that's not the problem, but you're just working around it. So I've done a 0, 0.25 and a 0.5. I try not to take my 0.5 higher than that bit, so the straight bit. If that makes sense. Then I do the 0.5 guard, and then I open it slightly. Then I open it all the way. Then I get a normal 1 guard, open it, so that's 1.5, a true 1.5. Because the guard I did all of this with was like a 1.75. I always curve it. I got taught to square it, just go back like that, but it just looks shit.
Looks nice, curve.
Yeah, exactly. And then sometimes the clippers can't get it short enough around this bottom edge. So I always just go in and make sure it's all tapered in nicely. And with this bit up here, I'm going to do a 2 because there's more space. I think it needs it. So start off with a 2.5 and then work my way into a 2. So I think it'd be too harsh if I was just to go in right now with the 1.5 guard. Right, I'll focus on the top bit as well. I blend that with scissor over comb. But now, I'll just taper the back out. So usually what I do is I stick a line in first around this area. I do that because you're almost creating a new hairline for him. Not like pushing it back or anything, but you get a lot more cleaner, what do you call it? A cleaner finish. If you want to put your chin down a little bit more, mate. Perfect. A little further back. So you want to have that flat surface there. Perfect. Then I'll come up with my normal 0 now. Right. Open it slightly so it's a 0.25. Yep. Then there's 0.5. So I'm pretty much working my way up because I find it's easier to blend into a 0.5 than it is to a 0. So this is a 0.5 guard in between. Sometimes the hair grows up as well, so get that bit shorter by like opening and closing it and going backwards on it. So that's to push all of that bit out. So when you've spread your 0 out, then now this is just a 1 guard. I'm just going to open, put it mid, and then close it. Then once I've done that, then I line the rest up. So now I just come in and soften it with the scissors. Sometimes it doesn't need it, but with Cameron's hair today, I think it needs a little bit of softening. You can already see, like, when you're pulling it up, it just slips forward anyway. So you just need to like dust the ends off, and then that'll blend. So now you can wear this up if you want as well. You can wear it down, scrunch it. It's just a bit of everything, yeah? Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so that's all I'll do with the cut. Is there anywhere else you want me to go into it? Or?
No, that was really good.
Cool,
yeah,
mate.
It's perfect. It's really tight.
Product-wise, do you use like a clay usually, or?
Yeah, it's
yeah?
like sort of matte. Very
matte clay, yeah. Well, let me get some dust. Just tape it down, just really natural, yeah? Is that about right for you?
Camera on that side, but yeah.
Cool. Yeah. All good?
Yeah, that looks really
cool.
Good.
Happy?
Very happy.
Beardbrand is a premium men's grooming company with products not only for your beard, but also your hair and body. Do yourself a favor and head over to beardbrand.com and take care of yourself. Or you can stick around and watch a few more of our awesome videos.